Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
U.S. House members just released the Brawny birthday letter from Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein, signed by the president. What are your thoughts? Trump was 100% correct when he said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any voters. He could literally rape a child on live television, and some people would be of the mindset that you're just jealous that that isn't your child. Trump was 100% correct when he said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any voters. Yup. A lot of us underestimated him when he said this and thought it was his usual puffing himself up, but it turned out to be one of the truest statements he ever made. We didn't underestimate him, we overestimated the electorate. I've been speculating recently that his followers will sooner rationalize pedophilia than demonize him for it in any capacity. They're already doing it, sadly. I think the word you're looking for is bawdy. Brawny means big and strong. Bounty has entered the chat. Shaman, bite the pillow, I'm going in raw. That DJT and Jeffrey Epstein shared many wonderful secrets together for decades. Trump scribbled his signature in the area of a woman's pubic hair, presumably as another insider joke. And the drawing appears to be of a girl whose breasts are not very well developed yet, as well. Now let's do all of the unredacted Epstein files, followed by indictments, convictions, and hard time served for every single person on the list. And the financial records, payments and bank wires between Epstein and any business, personal associates. Make the people that paid him justify those payments. There's really nothing I could learn that would lower my opinion of him or his voters anymore at this point, so I guess I don't really care. But maybe this will make some of them a little uncomfortable about who they're standing behind. Deleted. As long as they're either getting a sweet tax break, or if they're from a lower economic rung, get a chance to own the libs, they'll be happy as everything burns down around them. A reverse timeline, that isn't his signature. The letter exists, but it doesn't have anything to do with him. The letter doesn't exist. He had a falling out with Epstein over XXX and they hated each other. He was still okay with Epstein, but they never hung out after 4X. He went to Epstein's island but didn't see anything wrong going on. He never went to Epstein's island. He'd heard of Epstein but always thought he was a creep. He'd heard of Epstein. He'd never heard of Epstein. You missed, he was there the whole time and knew everything that was going on, but he was an FBI informant. And it was all a hoax created by the libs, Obama, Biden. Quote, he was an FBI informant. There are lots of things wrong with this that obviously just don't make sense, but the thing that gets me is, you're telling me that he was so deep undercover that the FBI had to greenlight him to violently rape children for literal decades. And during any of those undercover child rape occasions, none of the FBI agents thought, we should go in there and bust Epstein before Don goes too far, for decades. Exclamation mark. Prepubescent breasts he drew tell the true story. Somehow it's even worse than I imagined. The initial article made it sound like a woman and not a kid. That would be the liberal mainstream woke media somehow again twisting their words to somehow help Trump out. It's almost like it's all owned by a billionaire who fuck kids with him or something crazy and unbelievable like that. Yes, my first thought was, why are the breasts at shoulder level? What gross, horrible men. This shows the shoulder blades of a consenting adult woman from the back. You can't see her arms because she is holding her hands together in prayer. Mike Johnson tomorrow. My thoughts are, why is there not a single post about it in our conservative? Because they wait on Fox News to tell them how to think and react. It's even worse. Look at the usernames of the posters, there's like 10 or 15 each posting 5, 10, 20 posts. That sub is so obviously a propaganda machine. Tightly controlled narrative, bans anyone who doesn't stick to the message, even conservatives, doesn't allow any free thought or discussion. And 0 posts about Epstein in the last day at least. Because that sub is a walled garden. Any criticism of Trump is heavily downvoted, and any proofs of his deeds are also ignored. There have even been posts saying that the girls he allegedly raped with Epstein wanted to be there, and wanted to be defiled by both men. The fact Reddit admins allow that cesspool of hate speech to continue is baffling. Meanwhile, call out China or Israel for their crimes and you're banned. Russia is sleeping right now. I almost feel bad for those people. When there is even the slightest hint of dissent like, hey guys, I think this is kind of fucked up, they have to also say, I've been a Trump supporter, check my history, like they live in constant fear, but also fuck that echo chamber wiping its ass with free speech. Because the ones who remain, their loyalty has no breaking point. Presumably, you had yours. Others have had theirs. Whatever those points may have been, it wasn't enough to shake the true faithful. Not that they don't believe it happened, mind you. They know as well as anyone does. They'll lie about it, but they do know. They know it happened, it's just that half of them don't see it as a deal breaker and the other half are just too deep in to pull out. It's the sunk cost fallacy. They've thrown so much support behind Trump all these years that they're literally afraid of what happens to them if they turn their back now. They're still locked into the cause after all, and they're worried about what happens when Trump is no longer around to spearhead it, so they dig deep while Trump is still here without either a safe off-ramp or clear successor. It's not gonna change anything, sadly. People will be upset, then people will move on to the next thing. What makes no sense is that like a month ago Trump said that this very letter was fake. Like, how can you say X, Y, Z is a hoax, not true, and then when it is brought to light, no one cares? Imagine your favorite football coach saying he didn't lose a football game against Team X, Y, Z. Then being shown the footage of the game, and still denying the loss. It legitimately hurts my brain to even try to comprehend what's happening. I feel like in a rational world, the birthday letter alone should be enough for him to impeached and removed from office. Let alone the million other insane and awful things he's done. In reality, this is going to get moved past in a day and he'll be back to golfing and schmoozing it up with Putin. Wait. Isn't he suing Rupert Murdoch because he said the letter was fake and the NY Post published the story about it? I think that lawsuit just fell apart, like everything DJT does. I was hoping they'd see that one through, simply for the explosive discovery on both sides. He's a pedophile and anyone still supporting him is a bad person. He's a pedophile and anyone __ still supporting him __ whoever supported him is a bad person. FTFY, even before we knew he was a pedophile, he was an awful choice. What's more is he already outed himself as a creep before he even ran for president. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy, he's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. He said that in 2002. Frankly, I'm tired of it all. Even if they have concrete evidence of something bad, nothing will happen. Frankly, I'm tired of it all. That's the point. Yup, that was the plan. They dragged it out long enough and talked about it for long enough. That's unfortunately the case. It's more that we all know that his base will simply accept it and move on to the next thing. It was a foregone conclusion that maggots would not magically see the light of day, and I really wish the Democratic Party would get through their skulls already. The list doesn't matter. It never mattered. It won't change anything and it won't bring justice to the victims. I always jump over to conservative to see what their stupid narrative is. Now it's either fake or some sadistic Democrat created it and is a sicko because they drew a child's body. Going there is good practice to see how stupid your fellow man can be. They've scrubbed all mentions of Epstein in the last day, at least. Just a few accounts each posting stories with the most enraging headlines possible to distract and steer the narrative. Anyone disagrees, ban. POTUS rapes kids, and 77 million people voted for him. From the description that was initially put out, I was expecting the silhouette to look more womanly. I feel like I need 100 showers after looking at this. I was expecting Baz on gas, but what's there is unsettling. Literally, if you'd have drawn cannons on the facsimile girl drawing, like nearly every reasonable man on earth would draw by instinct, you'd be able to blag your way out of this letter. But the fact that it clearly isn't. It's gross. It's weird. It's fucking creepy. It solidifies that Trump's a piece of shit even further. But it also won't change anything. And whoever wrote that the signature was pubes was an idiot. And whoever wrote that the signature was pubes was an idiot. You really think the signature placement is coincidental? I'm not sure of that. It looks pretty intentional. It was my impression. Pretty sure most people who see this will get that impression. You must be fucking dense. All the dark, bold ink is meant to be part of the image. The whole point of centering the signature far beneath the drawing is to indicate that it's pubic hair. You have no brain if you can't see that. Important note that this was released by the Epstein estate, which gives it even more merit. It's not a drawing of an adult woman. That is a young girl. WTF, I am never ever gonna listen to any of his fans or voters. MAGA people are protecting a for sure child rapist. Between the victim allegations, signed creepy birthday messages, videos of him partying with Epstein, documented plane rides, and public comments about Epstein liking young girls. The candid tape of him bragging about being able to use his fame to get away with sexually assaulting women also offers important context into what he is casually capable of. I think the word is bawdy. There's a certain sort of psychology where a man doesn't have sex with a woman because he likes her, is attracted to her, or wants to be intimate with her. He has sex with a woman so he can brag to other men that he had sex with her. That was the relationship between Trump and Epstein. Trump isn't a pedophile in that he is attracted to children. He's a living example of the adage that rape isn't about sex, it's about power. And it's easier to exert power over minors. To him, sex is an act of dominance and women are meant to be dominated and treated like objects and shared with your bestie. And we've known this since 2016 when the Access Hollywood, Grab Em by the Pussy tape leaked. Well, it turns out that when you're rich and famous and politically powerful, they really do let you do that. Just keep in mind, a lot of people didn't vote for Trump in spite of the tape or the allegations. They voted for him because of how he treats women. I watched this interview with a North Korean defector recently. He was a guard at Kim's version of Mar-a-Lago called Changsong Palace right on the Chinese border. Listening to him was like an epiphany because I guess I just sort of always thought that even though Kim was a maniacal dictator, he at least had some personal stake in the legacy project of North Korea opposing the West, that there was some goal outside of being a demon that he personally cared about. This is just not the case. It's so cartoonishly stupid to think so, and IDK why I ever did. Basically, the purpose of North Korea is to funnel teenage girls and cigars to Kim's private rape station, and that's it. There is no other purpose for any of it. All the mythos, the national projects, the totalitarianism, the torture and exploitation of millions of people blah blah blah, it's just so Kim can eat dumplings and force a teenager to suck him off. And that's what Trump respects about him. Trump wanted the same thing in America. His project has always been about trying to make America a place where he can have sex with 17-year-olds behind layers of armed guards and security checkpoints, and for rich politicians to fawn over him for it, including people like Putin and Kim. That's what it's all for. He doesn't care about MAGA or Democrats or Republicans or manufacturing or war or soybean farmers or the war or Ukraine. None of this shit matters to him. As far as he's concerned, his countrymen are the billionaires and heads of state that pull this off. My theory about Trump is roughly the same. He may or may not be attracted to teen girls, but that's not why he forces them to have sex with him. He does it to show off to other men. He gets to break the rules and they don't. He thinks all straight men want to have sex with underage girls, and the reason they don't is because Puritan scolds, or man-hating feminists who hated the competition, take your pick, made it illegal. Whatever climax he experiences doesn't feel as good as him being able to show off. He's powerful enough to break the rules and they aren't. We've known this since the release of Grab Em by the Pussy, but it's never really become part of our national understanding of his character. Welp, that's enough internet for today.